Whilst it honestly feels like forever, it's only been 2 weeks since Gamescom 2020, but one trailer that interested many Star Wars fans was the LEGO Star Wars Skywalker Trilogy. It's definitely been an anticipated game for many, especially how it will be covering all 3 trilogies at once. It's like combining the original trilogy from 2006, the complete saga from 2007, and the Clone Wars from 2011, all into one game. And judging by the trailer we saw at said Gamescom event, many are likely to say this will be the best LEGO Star Wars game since they started making them back in 2005. But the reason for today's video is that we're looking at if this game will be the best Star Wars game in general. We won't contrast and compare other Star Wars games here, we'll be like legit here forever, and I have like a hair appointment in a few hours, so for now, we'll go through what we know about the game so far and what we can expect on its release. But before we get into all that good stuff, my question of the day is, what is your favourite LEGO Star Wars game? Let me know the game and your reasonings why in the comments down below, and whilst you're at it, let me know what console or handheld it was on. I remember back when Game Boy Advance was out and so many companies just made separate games for the handheld, and sometimes it was pretty inferior, but they did make it purely for how many people had a DS or Game Boy Advance. And please let me know the majority of you know what a Game Boy Advance is. I really don't want this video showing my age, but with the existential crisis over, let's get right into the video. So LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Trilogy is looking to be the biggest, most technically advanced LEGO Star Wars game today. Whilst I always think it's hard to improve on graphics for a LEGO game, this has totally blown me away. I generally feel like this is something that's going to be nigh on impossible to top in future. The game takes you through a third-person, over-the-shoulder gameplay, as well as space battle gameplay in a truly open world game. And I really mean truly open world. You're able to fly to every single planet in all 9 films that have been featured and explore them at your choosing and pleasure. You're even able to play through whichever trilogy you want, so you don't have to start at the prequel trilogy. The biggest change to the game is the elimination of the fixed camera. Whilst I don't expect it to be completely gone, I think there'll be some interior levels that will still utilize it. The game has decided to allow a fully controllable camera, a first for LEGO Star Wars. This could be just what some people want, as it can allow them to have full control and exploration of their environment. It's just a matter of how game developers will still feel like you're playing a structured game, and if KOTOR has taught any Star Wars players anything, is that you can definitely get lost in large open worlds. But one of the most significant takeaways is the lightsaber dueling changes. Whilst the saber gameplay looks more playful compared to EA's earlier release of Jedi Fallen Order, the new feature looks like it really focuses in on 1v1 dueling. It looks really fun and somewhat intense, and it looks like there'll be a ton of those types of fights too, as we'll see duels between Anakin and Obi-Wan, Luke and Darth Vader, Rey and Kylo Ren, and a brief look at Obi-Wan beginning a fight with General Grievous. Very nice. The other feature is just generally reliving a lot of the magic the Star Wars films had. Whether it be Tatooine's double sunset, Luke's training on Dagobah, the duel on Mustafar, and Rey finding Luke on EcksToo. It's clear the developers have put a lot of time on getting the biggest moments in the films over the past 45 years just right. Another hot topic is the vehicle gameplay. LEGO games have never shied away from changing up the gameplay in their Star Wars lineup, and judging by the trailer, we can see intense space battles, Anakin's pod racing, speeder bikes, snow speeders, and more. I bet a ton of you are looking forward to demolishing a LEGO Imperial Walker on Hoth. So I'm glad to see the developers behind the game not compromising on detail. The other being an absolutely crazy suggestion that the Skywalker Saga will have over 500 characters and most of them will be playable. Craig Derrick, the managing director at LucasArts Games, was the one who suggested this, saying all the complete collection of characters from all the Star Wars films will be available, which is just absurd. Just how much detail are these developers putting into this game? And finally, my other point is for voice acting. Past LEGO games, including Star Wars The Complete Saga, have used grunting sounds instead of actual voices, much like the N64 era like Banjo-Kazooie and so on. But here we're seeing full voice acting, and it's scarily striking how similar the voices are to the original actors who have once spoken those iconic dialogue lines. While some LEGO fans have expressed their desire to have the grunting be an option in the game, something about Luke's line of "I'm a Jedi like my father before me" is definitely going to evoke some goosebumps that strained grunting will not.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
So be it, Jedi.
But that clearly isn't it. For some reason, Traveller's Tales Games, otherwise known as TT Games, have already announced some form of DLC. Whilst the specifics are minimal, we can definitely see some tie-ins of other successful Star Wars games and shows. The Mandalorian is definitely going to happen with Baby Yoda 2 in their DLC pack, and we're probably going to see some characters from Season 2 as well. We're also going to see some Rogue One characters in there also with another DLC pack, and we perhaps might even see some Jedi Fallen Order. Who knows? If you want more details on that, I'm going to suggest Bombastic's video on his coverage on LEGO Star Wars games. The guy is an absolute beast at linking up all the details together, so check out his DLC video in the top right corner of the video now. But with all these features packed into one game, the fact that the game was delayed from late 2020 to spring 2021 honestly doesn't come as a surprise to me. TT Games are definitely going above and beyond with this, and I think the game started off as something much smaller in scope. Remember, we haven't had a LEGO Star Wars game since The Force Awakens in 2016, so this will be the biggest leap in waiting time between LEGO games for sure. And the content of this game and its DLC packs really shows the developers wasted no time at all on this. Plus, with COVID striking pretty hard this year, I wouldn't be surprised if that had a huge hand in the delay on this game also. So the point of this video is, will LEGO Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, not only be the best LEGO Star Wars game, but also be the best Star Wars game of all time? I would actually say no. There are so many games in the Star Wars catalogue that unique players will hold dear to their heart, so it's likely every answer will be an incorrect one. But I do believe this is an end of an era send-off by TT Games. The game has been in development for a very long time, and I definitely feel the scope of the game went from the sequel trilogy only to the full 3 trilogies, giving it a full send-off to the Skywalker Saga that it rightfully deserves. And I'm glad it's LEGO, because it would have been pretty disappointing to see triple saga send-off being mismanaged by another developer. And with the High Republic being announced and a whole new era and wave of stories to tell within it, it seems like the perfect send-off. But that's just my thoughts. Perhaps many of you might disagree, which I totally understand. But that does bring me to the end of the video. What did you guys think of our LEGO Star Wars coverage? I know it's a little bit different, especially since we cover so much Star Wars Squadrons, but the KOTOR videos did really well, so I thought it'd be a good idea to reach out to all forms of Star Wars gaming whilst we're at it. Also, don't forget our question of the day, which is, what is your favourite LEGO Star Wars game? Let me know all of that in the comments down below. Also, if you have some spare time on your hands, I did a video covering something non-Star Wars. The Super Mario 64 beta got leaked not long ago, and we did a video covering all of the unused and new content Nintendo ditched before the game went on sale. There is so many interesting things in that video, guys, including a playable Luigi. So if you want to see all of that, hit the info card in the top right of this video now. But other than that, I have been Charlie, you've been watching EcksToo, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.